Hey there! So today we have another review. This is a beer courtesy of Firestone Walker. They sent me the Brewmasters Collective. This is the first barrel aged beer review from them. Obviously, this is the OG. I probably first had this beer around 2013, 2014. I actually have a review of it in a Battle Beers against Bourbon County in 2015. That's over 10 years ago. So I'll post a link to that. But there's some information on this guy, but then some more information on the box. It's pretty interesting. I like they sent the box too, in case you want to like slips in the box, bring it to an occasion, that whole to do. So I love it. Again, if you're sending a whole box, like the piece of cardboard doesn't really cost much to ship. The beer costs shipping, weight, and space, right? 30th anniversary. So they opened in 1996. One of the most storied barrel-aged stouts. Yeah. Like, back in the day, this was one of the most famous stouts out there. Barrel-aged stouts, yeah. It was like the Kings were like, for like non-adjuncted, like, anyway, it was like Bourbon County and this guy were the most accessible ones, at least in my market, and like, not accessible in the sense that like they were easy to find. They're just like, they actually distributed and you'd actually like, could possibly find them versus somewhere like market specific that you had to trade for. Flavors, I'm going to skip that just to see what my flavor notes are. We aged it for a year in 9-year Elijah Craig and 10-year Henry McKenna barrels. I'm going to try to skip the information about the beer. All right, anyway, let's skip all this information. I don't want information. I like reviewing beer straight up. So this is pretty dark. That is very dark. I actually don't believe this beer was actually this dark, OG-wise. That almost looked like Bourbon County. Like, you can see it now. Yeah, this beer was never that dark. I'm going to say it right now. This beer was not ever this dark. This looks like Bourbon County. It is almost full-on black, opaque. I mean, obviously pouring it, I can see a little bit of a light through the liquid. But that head is insanely dark. It's like a nice kind of like medium deep brown color. Looks great. Yeah. And it's a big boy, too. What's this guy? 13.4. I think Bourbon County is right around there. Like this year's Bourbon County is right around there, right 14-ish, something like that, 13, 14. So we're all in that same range. Just a beautiful looking beer. On the nose. Oh man, that's a bourbon barrel aged stout. It's chocolate cake, vanilla, a little bit of coconut, bourbon. A little bit of heat to that, just like that bourbon richness hits in. It's a cohesive nose. Sometimes you'll get bourbon barrel aged stouts that will come off like beer and liquor, right? Like bourbon and stout. This has this cohesive note to it. Oh yeah, it's just caramel, bourbon, chocolate, coffee, toffee. It's just like sweet, sticky, and honestly on the nose. Full blind almost smells like Bourbon County. That is a huge compliment because I generally thought this beer was just different. Preference-wise, whatever, but definitely different. Have a touch cold, but dang, Firestone Walker. Call me crazy. But this beer is a lot better from what I remember the beer tasting like. Like, a lot better. And that's not even that not insane, because I'm going to spoil it for you guys. But it got a 98 plus or something like that on my original review 11 years ago. Those couple points matter, in my opinion. And this beer does not taste like, I think, what it used to taste like. Up front, big nice smack of bourbon. It's got this nice bit of caramelly sweetness, chocolate, coffee, espresso, nice bitterness riding through. A little bit nice char characteristic, tobacco riding, full creamy mouthfeel. The range of flavor, the roller coaster takes you on your palate is really nice. It's definitely a boozy beer. A little bit's kind of like a, what is it? It's like a little bit's kind of like grape skin thing, which is pretty interesting. A little bit like tannic note, which I want to argue is the wood barrel coming in. As I'm drinking this and doing it, it definitely has a good amount of residual sweetness to it, right? So you get the sticky lip note that you get from Bourbon County. Wow, really nice, really nice, really nice. It's just like, again, the most aggressive analogy I can give you is just Bourbon County, right? Like it's a very, 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 very scary close thing to Bourbon County. It tastes like some vintage of Bourbon County. I don't know which one. I will say the fruitiness is definitely there, and it's a weird fruitiness. Again, I generally find fruitiness in Brim County to be like it's kind of like the best vintages have this like berry compote thing of like blueberry, raspberry, strawberry, like this concentrated compote note. Here it's got a little bit grapey, which is a little bit grape skinny, which I don't know where that comes from specifically, but it also tastes a little bit hot. The best vintages of, excuse me, Bourbon County have actually a little bit higher of an alcohol, but don't come off with the amount of heat this guy has. Maybe just a hair. I'm nitpicking. This is literally just like a whatever, like right, like we're all in the range of what Bourbon County tastes like, and that is a huge compliment to this beer. My general conclusion before looking at all this is that this is definitely a vastly better product than what it was before, which vastly, like it's not even like, sorry, tiny bit better. It was always, in my opinion, a lighter, more coconut forward, thinner version of Bourbon County, which obviously, like, I love the decadence of Bourbon County. If you guys don't know, it's literally probably my favorite beer of all time. This beer is literally a clone of Bourbon County, which is a huge compliment to the beer. It's obviously a different beer, but still. I hate to keep mentioning Bourbon County in the vernacular of how I describe this beer, but that's sort of how I can describe the beer to you guys and how I talk about the beer and what I have to compare it to, because, you know, that's what matters to me when I'm comparing a barrel-aged stout to another barrel-aged stout and how we talk about the beer. So, talking about the beer, mid black, blah, blah, 161 SRM, so it's completely pitch black. Maturation 18 months, so Bourbon County takes 12 to 18 months, so I would say a little bit of difference. I believe their barrels that they use are definitely younger than this. You get a 9 to 10 year. A visual opaque midnight black with a caramel foam, yeah. Aroma roasty, dark chocolate hint of tobacco, yeah. Taste medium low bitterness. Wouldn't really care about the bitterness. Vanilla espresso, yeah, okay. I just want to know that I mentioned the vanilla. Espresso, but also just like this general kind of like this boozy bourbon note, right? Like it just like has this kind of like richness of barrel character that you can't escape from. Like you're in a barrel when we talk about this beer. But then I also think about like, yeah, espresso, vanilla. Yeah, these are actually pretty good tasting notes. Yeah, I like it. The other thing I also think about is like sweeter desserts. It almost has a little bit of like ice cream cake, Oreo cookies, wrapped around with alcohol, char, tobacco, that sort of hits in. Medium full body, I would call this a full body beer. Mid carb, medium carb. Medium full body is probably okay. Yeah, it does hit with some alcohol in the back end. That might be a better call than my call. I would have called full body, but yeah, it does hit with some alcohol. It is a hot beer, if you want to say that. So if it was up to me, instead of having to review this fresh, I would definitely age this at least a year or two, just to give a little bit of like softness on the alcohol. Just check it out. But yeah, other notes they give on so it's like a little bit different. Yeah, it's a little bit different. So like whoever wrote this didn't write this. Blah blah blah. It's signature flavors of black cherry, dark chocolate, vanilla, and roast coffee. I'll go with those. And then coveted bourbon barrels impart notes of charred oak, caramel, and espresso. Okay, cool. Yeah. They were actually pretty forward about the fact that they wanted this coconutty kind of character on their Parabola. I don't really get that these days, and that's fine. Whatever this beer is evolved into is just on par with the most very good vintages of Brim County. 100 out of 100. Again, on the channel review, this was 11 years ago, 98 plus. It's evolved at that point. They've obviously played with their barrel program, and it is very good. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much, Firestone Walker. This is delicious. Love it. Cheers.